What is in the up, everybody? We're back here today for another Dokkan battle video. I thought we'd sit down and talk about the upcoming 350 million download celebration, or as it's been renamed to, the simultaneous release campaign, which is happening on both the JP and global sides of the game. I thought we'd just sit down and look at the info for last year and kind of like compare it and be like, oh, what's going to be in the boost saga and whatever, and just kind of see what we could be getting in terms of events, as well as potentially banners as well. So if we go down here and look at the first thing, obviously we get a movie in these celebrations. Not too big of a deal, but they show like a cool video at the start, and they do that basically in like everything, like the 5-year and stuff like that. Login bonus, obviously we get like a bunch of stones, nothing too out of the ordinary. And obviously part 1 missions will get that as well as part 2 missions and just missions in general, which give us some more stones as well as rewards and maybe tickets or special items to do with the celebration. And we also get this banner. We got the ticket. This is the ticket banner that we get every year, and it tallies your stones spent pardon me, in the past year, and sort of utilizes that to determine how many tickets you get. And this year is a bit different though. We're going to get certain treasure items on the 28th, I believe, and you can either exchange those directly for characters that are on this banner, or you can buy tickets which you can spend on the banner. The characters cost more and the tickets cost less, obviously, so you can either risk it or you can just pay more but do less summons. So it's sort of like a coin flip, I guess, on what you want to do depending on what you need. I'm probably just going to buy Piccolo and then get tickets for the rest, is what I'm thinking of doing. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking of doing with your special stones or whatever they're called. I can't remember their name. I think they're called memorial stones or something like that. Can't really remember. On to the next thing is the JP versus global contest. So basically there's this tile breaking event down here, as well as other stuff. This tile event is basically the Freezer Army and Punching Bag event, in which if you guys have done any of those, you already know what this is, but you take in certain stages, certain typing units, certain category units that are more effective against the type, like AGL is the type of this one, so you bring in tech units is probably more preferable, and then you use that to get lots of damage against the boss, and then you can complete missions and get these like tile things which you can trade in for things, I think, in the barbershop. And they also tally all these up on either side of the game, and then whoever has the most will get either win or lose, and the winners last year got the Cell and losers got the Hercule. This year, as I talked about in other videos, what we could get. If you guys want to check my channel down and just scroll down, I think like the previous video I did or the video before that, I talked about what units we would be getting for the win or lose thing down here. They're obviously cool for collecting. They're not too great as units, but definitely a cool thing they do. Here is these missions you could do every day. You got tens of stones, so obviously I think it was like for 6 days or a week or something. So it gives you like a ton of stones, obviously like 60 or 70 stones to use, so definitely just free stones we like to see. Then down here you had the Dual Dokkan Fest with Cell and Gohan. Last year how it worked is it dropped I think 2 days after the live stream. I'm pretty sure they had like a live stream. No, actually it was like 2 weeks after the live stream. I think the live stream was on the I think like the 14th or something, and they dropped the celebration info on the 29th, on the 29th and 27th, and then the banners dropped on the 29th. This year I think it can be a bit different though. We already know what the units are, by the way. Well, not the exact units, but the general like, I guess, idea of what they're going to be. If we go over to Dokkan Air, you can see this was the announcement for the live stream, which is just coming up on the 29th itself, so it's interesting. And the reason why I think this is a big deal is for the 5-year on JP, at least if you didn't know, they did a live stream. There's also going to be a Dokkan Now, by the way, for Global, so Global's getting Dokkan Now, JP's getting a live stream. And what they did at the end of these of the JP live stream on like the JP version, they dropped the banners at the end as like a surprise, like, hey, banners are up now, go summon, and that was pretty hype. And it was funny to look at a bunch of the Dokkan YouTubers that were like, I was watching Goresh's stream, and there was like eight people or something talking, and they all just left and went into summons, and it was a very exciting time, obviously. So they're going to be doing that. Maybe dropping the banners at the end, we don't know, but I think it's a very high possibility that we do indeed get that, and that is coming up on the 29th, as I said before. But if we go down a little bit here, you can see that these two Dokkan events are going away, and as I predicted, it's Vegito and a Boo. If you don't know what I mean by the Dokkan events are going away, when all the Dokkan events are up and certain ones leave or are getting like temporarily removed for maintenance or whatever, basically on them, that means that a new stage is being added, and that new stage usually comes alongside obviously a new unit that needs those stages medals. So this is the Super Boo event, and there's also like some Kid Boos and stuff, but there's just basically a big Boo event, and most likely is going to be a Boo Tanks or a Boo Piccolo that transforms into Boo Han and maybe even Kid Boo. Like just like a good transforming Boo, and then we're going to be getting a base Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito, which is also the app icon as of right now. I think we go down here, and we are back. Sorry about that. I had some technical issues, but we have found the app icon, which is right down here. And as you can see, it is Goku and Vegeta with the Portara earrings, so that is just more confirmation that Vegito is the unit, I guess, that we're getting as the super class, and Boo as the extreme. And the banners, actually, let's just talk about the banners themselves. They're actually pretty good at the time. Right now, obviously, you probably actually wouldn't summon on them if they came out. The only difference between the two banners is JP had Golden Week units like Trunks and Zamasu, and this year they'll probably have Gotenks and Boo, and we won't, so the JP banners will be slightly better, but they're definitely good banners for both sides of the game. Sorry about the cut there. Let's talk about the banners. So the banners themselves are actually very good for the time. We obviously have the new units, as well as some other units. They're basically identical, besides the fact that we had Zamasu and Trunks on the JP versions, while Global did not have them. So for this year, it'll probably be similar, in the fact that Global probably won't have Golden Week units, or definitely won't have the Golden Week units, while JP will definitely, or probably have them. If you don't know what the Golden Week units are, this year that is sorry for the cut there, we are back though. So obviously the Dokkan events also drop with the new units, whatever they are. We also have discounts, hopefully we get some really good ones this year. We also have the God Dragon Stone, which you can use to buy some units which easy A. There's definitely a lot of good units on there, especially if you're starting players. Down here we have the story event. This year we already got like the version of the story event in the most fearsome margin story event. So this story event was obviously released just I think a few days ago on the global side, and that was obviously basically the identical replacement for this one last year. So we won't be getting two story events, just one during celebration, which is this one. If it's how it works last year, which I'm assuming it is, we get sorry about the cut there, we are back. With this story event, what happened is that it released the first half of it, like the first four, I think, stages at the start of the celebration, and then it released the last like 4 or 5 stages at the end of the celebration, not the end, but like the part 2 of the celebration, and it released with obviously a Goku unit, and this event had a Vegeta unit, and then they both didn't awaken until we got part 2 of this. As you can see right here, we got this limited event that you can use these keys on, and it basically gave you a bunch of training items as well as like Elder Cards and stuff. So this year we'll get something similar, except it will probably be Gotenks and Piccolo as like the units here, or maybe Goten and Trunks as like the units on like the cover here, because Boost like are themed. I don't think we'll get a Super Battle Road stage this year because we just recently got them on JP, getting new Super Battle Road stages for like either side of the game during the celebration, because JP just recently got a new stages of SBR, and I think we'll be getting them when the Gohan celebration releases, like JP got in October or around that time. So I think we could maybe see new Extreme Super Battle Road stages depending on when Global gets to Extreme Super Battle Road, but that's my thoughts on that. We obviously, I think, we'll be getting a Dokkan event, Boss Rush, whatever you want to call it. We usually get these every big celebration, so it makes sense that we'll be getting them on this one as well. Here are the tickets we were talking about before for the ticket banners, which are right here, and you can either get tickets or buy the units directly. Here we got the first place in the regions, so we got top grossing rewards last year, like a lot of them. I think we got 400 stones in total or something like that from them, something really insane. So obviously very good for all players just to get a bunch of free stones. If we look right here, we got an Elder Kai banner. You guys might be thinking, why do we care about Elder Kai banners? They are important because when it gets revealed when like they are releasing is also when the other banners, like the main banners, are releasing, because they release at the same time as big banners. So for example, if we find out Part 2 celebration info and we don't know when the banners are releasing, but the Elder Kai banner is releasing on like the 16th of September, then we know that the top legendary summon is releasing on the 16th of September, if you know what I mean. Here we also had the Dokkan Battlefield back again. Having a lot of cuts today, I'm sorry if it's annoying, I'll try to fix it tomorrow, but as of now, just trying to get out a video, and it's a bit difficult with the current state of my laptop. But we also had a Androids themed Battlefield with a new TUR and as well as a new TUR 18, and these two were pretty good units, but I still haven't rainbowed the 18 personally because I think there's better 18s than her, but I'd have rainbowed the Krillin. If we look here, we also got the type banners and the hidden potential events. Nothing too exciting, but that is there if you do wanna or you are interested in that sort of stuff. If we now move on over to part 2, you can see that we got we obviously got a new movie that releases every part, plus as well as that a new login bonus and special missions, and then we also get this campaign where we complete certain objectives and get a bunch of dragon stones. Now, more interestingly, we get a special event in which we got a similar one during the 4-year anniversary, where you do like a stage daily for a few days, and then it unlocks a raid event for everyone. Or if you complete all the stages on your account, it unlocks a raid, and then that raid you can do like different missions and stuff in it, as well as gives you like 30 stones. Well, it did last year at least, and it also easy as a unit. Last year it easy the STR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so I could see us easy-aing another random unit, or maybe easy-aing like that's related to a celebration, or easy-aing a 120 lead, maybe Kid Buu or Super Saiyan 3 Goku to fit the theme. If we go down a bit here we get the Extreme Z area. I think we already know what the units are that are getting Extreme Z area awakened this year. There was a free-to-play Goku and Hercule that were leaked, and I think they are coming out during the first half, well, part 1 of Celebration, in the story event we were talking about previously, and then they're from the Buu tanks and like Gohan fight sort of time of like the Buu saga. And then they're going to be getting awakenings just like these two did, like the Goku and Vegeta did, because they came out just as a Goku and Vegeta. And then part 2, they got an awakening to Goku and Gohan, and then Vegeta / Trunks with the new exchange mechanic. And I think we'll see similar things with a Goku and Hercule that awaken to like a Hercule and Dende, and a Goku and Tien maybe that have the partner super attack mechanic, which is coming during this celebration. So they will be getting easy A's, in my opinion, is what I think is happening. But here we also got 2 new stages of Dragon Ball History that came out last year. We actually got one of them already in the Barbady's Henchman one. They also give you 32 stones and like an Elder Kai, so obviously very good rewards. And then we still have one more to go though, and apparently I think it's releasing around like the start of part 1, I think like the 13th of September or something like that. Oh, that's not actually the start, around like part 2, part 1 area, I don't know the exact date. But we'll be getting a second stage of this some way through Celebration, presumably being the super, or the heroes of the Buu Saga, like Vegeta, Gohan, and stuff like that, to contrast the Bubdies and Minions stage that we got. If you look here, now we got a top legendary summon. This top legendary summon had the androids, then 17, 18, and then 16 exchange in it, and then as well as the Gohan featured on it. The Gohan obviously got a super attack revamp. If they go down the same roads they did last year and give a revamp to an old unit and then a new unit, I could see us getting Majin Vegeta's animations revamped in some way, as well as a new Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then if we see 2 new units, I can see you getting a Kid Buu as well as a new Goku as like the 2 new units featured on the banner. Now if we just go back again, I think we're almost done. We have another Elder Kai banner, more discounts, sell bingo, just another thing to get more stones, and that's about it because this stuff is unrelated World Tournament stuff. So I think basically we've sorted out all the Buu Saga themed events we're going to be getting for the celebration. Obviously, if you guys did enjoy, a like would be appreciated, and subscribe if you want to see more, and see you in the next one. Peace.